Hello, welcome to Family Gamer TV. If you've been watching the last few episodes, you'll know that I have been hitting Minecraft pretty hard with the family here, and it's proved a little challenging to get everything up to speed, especially as different versions of the game aren't necessarily compatible with every version of updates people may be wanting to try. The Pokemon update was incompatible, the Doctor Who update incompatible. Anyway, I went on a hunt for what was compatible with the latest version, and we found quite a few that we were able to try out. Fortunately for me, even with the difficulty of finding compatible textures and skins, the process of adding these into the game is a lot more friendly than modding, with a simple option in the menu screen to add new resources pack, which then opens a folder that you can then drop the resources into. It's a simple process and very quickly lets you know if the pack is compatible. Now, the first pack we grabbed was called precisely Portal. This is based on another game and basically gives kind of, rather than the monsters and zombies you'd normally get, kind of robotic things in their stead, and rather than stone and things underground, it turns to these kind of white laboratory walls. It's quite plain, in fact, but while it was kind of indulgent for me because I like the original game, other members of the family were not as impressed because they didn't get the point of reference. Now, while it was still quite pleasant and the complete change of environment was still exciting to a point, it didn't really stimulate beyond just a change. So rather than some of the later ones, it didn't really ignite the imagination in a way that is possible with this kind of complete conversion. The next mod we hopped onto was a mod called Mindtroid. This is based on the classic 8-bit game Metroid, and thankfully everybody here in the family is very familiar with Nintendo games, so this actually gave a little bit of a buzz, running around the open world and digging down into the mines where the kind of red glow and the blocks that people are familiar with who played the games was actually quite good fun and invoked a lot of nostalgia for me and excitement from the younger members who were aware of the game but never experienced it in quite this way, especially as they started to create all kinds of crazy neon weapons and tools to navigate the world. The next thing we jump to is Naruto Craft. Now, Naruto's a bit of a thing here in the family, not because of the cartoon, but because of the recent games that have been released for the Xbox. In the actual game, the colours are just a little bit bleached out and made a little bit more flat to look like the anime cartoon. Also, new costumes and items are in the game, as well as a complete change of all the look of the weapons. This gives it a far more Japanese feel and actually does give a good taste to the game. It doesn't change anything fundamental about the way the game's played, but it does spark the imagination. The last mod we tried was called 60 Gig Alpha. This again was quite cartoony, simplifying back some elements of the game, so things like grass had no texture and were just flat block colour. But it added further detail to things like the trees, the foliage, and some of the items. So it failed to inspire in the same way Naruto did with its characters, but the simplified world looked gorgeous and, when set against the normal Minecraft world, looked similar but with a cartoony look that was kind of more appealing to a younger audience. And certainly it went down well when we played it here. The texture skins and mods, which are very easy to install, are absolutely fantastic if you can find one that captures your child's imagination. One thing to mention though is that while your kids may want to go and search for these themselves, because of the fact they are third party and ad supported, you may find some slightly less than savoury adverts through the system that you go through. Be careful with that and make sure that you are the one that goes looking. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope that's enlightened you a little bit as to what Minecraft can do. Certainly opened my eyes. The whole experience was at times a nightmare and at times a lot of fun.